Dandadan hate is hypocritical and incredibly forced. Don't crash out, don't crash out, don't crash out. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. You're watching the channel Dr.Applesauce. My name's Will. It's another beautiful day here in Texas. I hope you guys know that I love you, God loves you, and that there is an awesome plan for your life. Welcome back to the channel that I hardly ever upload YouTube long-form videos on anymore because nobody watches them, and I miss that. I miss the long-form. I miss engaging with you guys in long-form content. So what we're going to start doing is just unedited, real, raw talks about topics that I think people are too afraid to talk about in regards to anime in the anime community. And today we're talking about dandadan, however the crap you want to say it. In the song, they say dandadan, but everybody says it's dandadan. They'll make fun of you because you say it the wrong way. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, we're going to talk about dandadan and the fact that hate on dandadan is incredibly hypocritical and incredibly forced, and we're really going to get into it here, okay? So let's preface by saying there are themes in dandadan that include and involve SA and things of that nature, and I want to say that anybody who has experienced those, it's awful. Nobody deserves that. I've had experience with that in my own life, and this is not to downplay anybody's real life, real lived experience at all. That being said, it's really interesting because I made a short form video about this saying that dandadan hate is hypocritical and comparing that when the SA scenes happen in dandadan with Momo, people freak out and say this anime is horrible, this anime should be deleted, this anime should be canceled, this anime should be shunned. But when horribly violent scenes happen in Attack on Titan or Berserk or Goblin Slayer or Elfen Lied or anything like that, it's like it gets ignored. And like SA and unaliving people are equally horrible and egregious and disgusting acts. Why is one really vilified and one is ignored and kind of accepted in anime as something that just happens? And this is a really deep topic, and it's something that I personally am passionate about because anime is art. That's why I love anime so much. Anime is art, and art should be challenging. Art should sometimes make you uncomfortable. Art should make you think about things in perspectives that you wouldn't normally think about things, and you shouldn't advocate for the cancellation or the vilification of art just because it challenges you and makes you feel uncomfortable, right? And the thing about dandadan is you have these scenes with Momo where these very SA scenes where the aliens and the Serpoians and all these things try and do inappropriate things to her because they want to further their race and they can't do it with their own race, and it's really messed up and really inappropriate. And then in shows like, I'm just going to use Attack on Titan for the example in this video, but it's not just beholden or left just to Attack on Titan. There's plenty of other shows where violence is incredibly rampant, but we have shows like Attack on Titan where people are getting eaten on the regular basis. People are murking other people. That happens in Attack on Titan too. There's a lot of regular people murking other regular people, and it's an incredible amount of violence, but nobody bats an eyelash at that. Why are we desensitized to people murking each other and people getting unalived left and right and kind of accept that as just a part of anime? But when scenes that involve SA happen in shows like dandadan, where dandadan is doing it, I wouldn't say tastefully, but dandadan is doing it in a way that's actually incorporated within the story, and it's not like wholly grotesque and egregious like some anime do. That's a different story and a different topic. But when that happens in dandadan, why is dandadan vilified, and why should it be canceled, and why do people hate it and aren't able to accept it as part of the plot, as a plot device that's meant to make you uncomfortable and describe this horribly horrific situation, be it dandadan or Attack on Titan or Berserk or any other anime? They're trying to describe this horrific situation using a horrific plot device. Why can we accept one and we can't accept the other? As a question that I don't have the answer to that question, but being that as it is, I don't think that we should advocate and say that an anime should be shunned because it has a plot device in it that we are not desensitized to. Does that make sense to you? Because when we see people getting murked and unalived all the time in other shows, that we are desensitized to that and happens all the time, and it's just like, well, that's just how it is. But both are horrible. Both situations are horrible things that happen to real people every day, and they both are awful and evil, and they are both used intentionally to describe these crazy, terrible situations that the characters are in. I don't understand why So many people get so easily offended by shows these days, and that they want to cancel that show, right? When Dandadan first came out in season 1, and then in season 2, there's another scene. When it first came out, this was a very rampant and prevalent opinion that Dandadan is disgusting. It should be canceled. It shouldn't. It's not okay. And I don't get that, because this is an evil act just like other evil acts. And there's a lot of arguments to my perspective that I kind of want to address. One argument would be that, well, in Attack on Titan, people are getting eaten by giants. Giants aren't running around in real life eating people, where people are getting SA'd on a regular basis, and it's actually something that you can identify. Well, aliens aren't abducting people on a regular basis and trying to reproduce with them against their will in the real world either. But people actually do get, unalived on a daily basis in the real world. You see where I'm going here? You see how that's not the exact, you can't make that comparison, because both are true at the same time. And another one that I think is really, really weird is when people say, well, Momo's a minor, she's underage. So it would be any less awful and any less gross if Momo was 18 instead of 16. Like, it's the same thing. It's despicable and disgusting either way. And when you're consuming art, like I said, anime is art. And when you're consuming art, you have to be able to look at a despicable situation objectively and look at it and say, I understand why this is happening. How does this further the plot and help you identify and understand the characters a little bit better, right? It's really important to look at it from an artistic perspective. At least that's my opinion. And that's not to say, like, if you don't enjoy those types of things, if you see somebody getting unalived in an anime, or you see SA in an anime, or any other plot device or something that you don't like, you don't have to watch it. Nobody's making you watch that show. Nobody's sitting you down and forcing you, saying you have to watch this show. If you disagree with it and you don't like it, don't watch it. Just like any music album or any other movie, we don't have to consume the things we don't enjoy, but we also shouldn't be advocating to cancel something because we are against it. I really don't like how in society today that the knee-jerk reaction is to advocate for the cancellation of something we don't enjoy or we don't agree with. We should be able to look at things objectively and decide if that medium, if that art form is for us or not for us, and then leave it at that. It's just like content creators. You don't have to follow the content creators you don't like. You don't have to make videos about content creators you don't like trying to destroy them. Just unfollow that person, and guess what? Don't interact with their content, and you won't see it anymore. And I find it really interesting where, like, people will say these awful things like what happens in Dandadan, the SA in Dandadan, this is terrible, you can't watch Dandadan, but then they'll go watch 50 Shades of Grey or say that Game of Thrones is their favorite show. It's like, do you not see the hypocrisy here? Do you not, like, what the heck? It's just because one is anime and one is live action doesn't make one better than the other. Just because Attack on Titan has people getting gobbled up by giants and Dandadan has, attempted SA happening to Momo, who is a minor, doesn't make one better than the other or one more acceptable than the other. They're all deplorable. They're all art, and they're all used as plot devices to further the story and help you understand the characters. We are too easily offended these days, and I'm going to hazard to say at the end of this video, for those of y'all that are actually still here, a lot of it is newer anime fans. If you're an OG like me and you've been here since 2000 and you've been an anime fan since 2000, you've seen a lot of stuff in anime. A lot of it is, I'm not saying exclusively, and there's nothing wrong with being an anime fan. If you're a newer anime fan, I love you. I'm glad you're here. It's awesome. But a lot of it is newer anime fans who just want something flashy, just want something pleasurable, just want a dopamine hit to enjoy. And if that's you, that's okay. There's plenty of anime out there for you that's just like that. That doesn't mean you have to vilify something that doesn't line up with exactly what you want. It's more complex than just, oh my God, she's in her underwear. These aliens are trying to SA her. There's more complexity behind it. It's actually trying to connect and give an emotional reaction and connection and describe this world that this character is in. And if you don't like it, that's okay. You don't have to watch it. I will never, ever support deleting an art form because it has things in it that I don't agree with, if it's done in the right way. Caveat, if it's done in the right way. There is a wrong way to depict these things, right? And I don't agree with the wrong way. But That's my opinion. Let me know what you think. Is dandadan hate? Is it is it hypocrisy? Is it forced? What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. That's free for you to do, and it really does help the channel a whole lot. And stay tuned. We're gonna be doing more anime rants, and I look forward to seeing you in the future.